Welcome to Talk Flirty Podcast, the podcast where life is reflected through intimate conversation with me, your host, Nikki F. Wet. Welcome to another episode of Talk Flirty Podcast. Talk Flirty Podcast has been on a hiatus for about 3 months now, so thank you for joining me. It is Tuesday, April 3rd. No, it is not Tuesday. It is Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. And I guess I can give you the I'll give you the Wendy Williams explanation on why Talk Flirty Podcast has not had an episode for 3 months. I deal with depression and I've been fighting the universe, just basically not doing what I should be doing. And I know it. And so I've had to struggle through some downtime. And now I'm kind of on like a little manic swing here. So Talk Flirty is back up and running. And I was laughing. I was kind of joking about it because Wendy Williams recently had her explanation or her situation that has been going on, and the fact that she has checked herself into a sober living facility. I'm not judging or speaking down or anything about that, so I don't want my words to be taken the wrong way. But I found it funny when she was making her announcement because she had stated that her husband placed her in this sober living facility. And I was thinking to myself, you can't put me anywhere that I have to pay for. So that's my first thing. And then on top of that, her husband just had a baby with his girlfriend. I'm not even going to be like disrespectful and call her like side chick or sideline hoe or anything like that, because this is something that Wendy Williams is okay with. Well, she's probably not okay with. That's probably why she's in that sober living facility right now. But that's her own personal business. Just me from the outside looking in, what is made public. I'm just putting my opinion on that. Or I'm just voicing my opinion on that. And so the girlfriend, side chick, baby mama, whatever you want to call her, has been posting and tweeting that the husband stated he's never going to divorce Wendy because Wendy pays for everything. And so my whole issue when Wendy was making that announcement is she casually threw Kevin in there. That he placed her in this sober living facility as if we're supposed to say, well, good for him. I don't know. But if I was Wendy, you can't put me in this sober living facility. First of all, I'm worth $60 million, sir. If I'm paying for you and I'm funding your entire adulterous philandering life. I'm not finna sit here and be shuffled back and forth to no brick bungalow in the projects. Somebody better take me I'm going to Passages Malibu. I don't know. Somebody put me on a plane to whatever celebrity sober living facility there is. just like with like on Half Baked, when they send the weed man to your house, Samson sends the delivery guy to your house. You want the highs, you want the lows. Nigga, I want the highs. I don't know, cheap as fucking drug substance abuse treatment. I want, if I'm going through a treatment program, this is going to have to hit my pockets, because I'm going to have to be disgusted every time I see a crackhead on the street, every time I see cocaine at a celebrity party that I've been invited to. I don't know. I'm going to have to be disgusted at anything that has to do with illicit drugs and alcohol, prescription pills, whatever. I'm not even popping an Aleve when I have a migraine. So that was my only issue, because truly Wendy can do whatever she wants to do with her money and with her vagina. And so I'm not really judging or passing judgment on her staying with her husband, but come on now. There has to be a point when you wake up, like, personal story. So my neighbors got into it the other day and woke me up out of my sleep like crazy. And I was thinking, okay, police or somebody is coming. But I didn't call them. I don't think anybody else called them. So today I see my neighbor at Walmart, and she has a black eye. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I wanted to say, girl, your man is not shit. You do not need to let him put his hands on you like that. One, because I slept with him, and he's not. There's two categories that a man can be in that would have me think about if I'm going to allow him to put his hands on me or not. One, I have to be digmatized. So you have to have the right penis and sex game. Two, you have to be fucking bankroll fresh or something. I don't know. You need to have money that I am enjoying as well. You're not in one of those two categories, you can't put your hand on me. And so, but it was kind of that awkward, like, okay, I know you're my neighbor, or you see me, I see you. Normally, I give her a little fake smile, and I'm pretty sure she does the same. I don't like them because they stole my packages off my doorstep. And I know for a fact that they stole my packages, but that's actually on a different episode. But, yeah, like, I'm sorry, sir. You cannot afford to hit me, and you do not dick me down properly to place your hands on me. So, and this is a conversation that you need to have with yourself, ladies. Don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. The message is still the message. You can get it scholastically, or you can get it ratchetly. It doesn't matter how you get to the message, but this is a conversation that you need to have with yourself. This is a boundary that you need to set for yourself. So if something does happen down the road, you can recognize signs. If this is, you need to find a different path, a different person, a different way to live life, be in a different situation. So don't be out here letting no weak dick, no money having men put their hands on you. But yeah, even though my show has been on hiatus, I have still been living life. Talk Footy podcast has does go on the occasional field trip, and recently I visited a gun range, and I got to shoot a pistol. Honestly, I'm not sure what type of gun it was, as far as like technically what type of gun it was, but it was a pistol. And to be honest, it's not how I imagined it would be at all from the many video games that I play. But in all seriousness, it was an amazing experience. It is something that I would definitely continue. And my opinion before, I wasn't too, I guess I was a bit indifferent. I didn't really have a, I didn't really have an opinion, good or bad, or when it comes to guns or shooting or owning, probably more owning guns. So I'm kind of like, I was pretty much indifferent. But after having that experience, I probably am more supportive of becoming more knowledgeable and experienced with handling a gun, and that Second Amendment right. If I had kids, I would probably make sure that they are educated and experienced in that too, because I think it's better. I feel it's better to take a more proactive stance than a reactive stance, because things happen. And in the recent story in Dallas, Texas, with the man who beat up a defenseless, confused, like literally she was both defenseless and confused. She had no gun of her own. She stood no chance against that 6 foot, 200 plus man, 200 plus pound man. And she was literally confused. She was going the wrong way on a one-way street and had to stop and, get herself together, figure out which way to go. And here she is confronted by a white man with a gun. She didn't hit him. He attacked her first as she was calling 911. And I guess it's pretty much better to be proactive in, protecting yourself, because a lot of people end up with guns for the wrong reasons. And so I believe, like, my opinion after having visited the gun range is to make sure that you are, um, I mean, make sure you know what the hell them things can do, like pretty much. And make sure you prevent yourself from doing something you don't want to do. But outside of that, I've just been so busy and busy, but not in like a proactive busy. I've been finding myself like just so tired and just running around for all types of things except for my own projects. And when I get home, I'm crashing and like I'm not getting any rest at all. Um I can't even tell you what sleep or rest is right now. Um Actually I can. Uh True Rest Float Spa. It is float therapy. True Rest Float Spa, and the REST REST stands for Restricted Environmental Stimulus Therapy. And imagine an environment free from gravity, strain, tension, or pain. Imagine you could float effortlessly without distractions or unwanted noise. True Rest is a zero gravity environment that allows the mind and body to truly rest. Flotation therapy is a special solution of salinated water utilizing 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt. The buoyancy makes floating on water feel like floating on air. Without any effort, you can relieve pain, heal faster, relax, de-stress, improve sleep, and have fun in this unique state. True Rest Float Spa. 60 minutes is all it takes for relief from pain and stress, plus a better night's sleep. True Rest, the science of feeling great. So, I usually will float once a month, sometimes twice a month, depending how I feel. And I have not enjoyed that recently. I just have been on the go, just running away from my own tasks and my own health. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and get back into float therapy because that is it definitely is a relaxing experience. I don't know anybody, if you are not familiar with float therapy, then I definitely would suggest that you take a moment to Google it. If you are familiar with float therapy and you are in the Las Vegas area, you can check out True Rest Float Spa, located at 5875 South Rainbow Boulevard, Suite 102-103, Las Vegas, Nevada 89188. I didn't get paid for that plug at all. But float therapy is definitely something that I would recommend or advocate for. I would definitely stand for it because it is a wonderful experience and it helps with creativity. Like once you can like free your mind, oh my gosh, it is so relaxing. And on top of that, if you do happen to fall asleep, which I don't recommend falling asleep, experience the whole 60 minutes awake, just floating in darkness. There's no light, there's no sound. And once you allow your mind to kind of just zen out, it can take you so many places. Like I've had amazing experiences, even some crazy ones where I would look back like, you know, the brain is it's powerful. But yeah, so I just need to get back to uh, focusing on self and being more relaxed and making sure I put these shows out. But this is so terrible on the because on the other spectrum of peace and tranquility in the news right now, we are dealing with the loss of rapper Nipsey Hussle. And so, yeah, on the other spectrum of peace and tranquility, there's noise and violence. And I I mean, I'm a fan of Nipsey Hussle. I definitely understand the message and the message that he was promoting, positivity and economics in the black community, um, health, as far as like, I know he was doing the Dr. Sebi documentary. Um, it's very unfortunate. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. One of the things that I choose to no longer do when someone decides to speak truth to the black community, um, about positivity, economics, building wealth, and very importantly, um, about health, um, what you eat, um, what you take in as far as knowledge and education, um, because there are a lot of specialized industries that blacks are being exploited in terms of mental health, emotional intelligence, big pharma, big banks. These are areas that I feel the community is kept poor in, but I also feel these are areas that if we become focused and learn to communicate, you know, have talk to each other with the right speech, we can absolutely change and rise against, you know, these devastated levels of poorness, and not just like financial wise or not just on in terms of money, but in general. There's a lower state that I feel the black community is kept in because that is the way to keep a lot of other persons or a lot of other people um, economically strong and ahead of us. But back to my original thought, because when you have someone who speaks out like that for the black community, you um, you get a lot of persons who start to say, "Oh, well, okay, well now he's speaking about um, Dr. CB and what you eat," or they're speaking about um, how the Jewish community got and kept their um, financial footing. And when you have people speak about certain things, then in the background, there's crowds of people who now want to say, oh, well, they're speaking truth now, so hope they don't kill him, or this interview is the interview that's going to get them killed, or um, you know what I'm talking about when someone speaks to certain organizations and things that are taking place, and try to wake people up to certain situations, then here comes. And thoughts and words like that are things and soon manifest into real actions. And so one of the things that I have chosen to do, and I make sure that I do, if I come across people who speak or have those types of messages, I never revert to sending them to such doom. Like, I'm not going to speak those types of things about a person who I would want to continue spreading that message of positivity and knowledge and feeding into the Black community. So I think that's something that we should look into. And, I don't know that it would be anything that would change, but it's definitely something that needs to be looked at and understood, that when thoughts are actions, words are actions. And then if you continue to have those same thoughts and that same speech, then it manifests into reality. And that is one of the things that I'm working on for myself. And I just it's sad to know that they are still out here martyring people. It's not funny, but you don't know what else to do. The situation, I don't know I'm not a part of that life. I'm not going to claim to have even been a hardcore Nipsey fan like that. But I don't believe any reputable gangster, gangbanger is going to gun down Nipsey Hussle. It's not like you don't know who this man is. It's not like there is no rules, no code of conduct, I guess, in the streets. So I'm opening it up to, conspiracy theory type situation. But that's just my opinion. Like I said, I'm not in the streets like that. I don't know how that goes. And it's unfortunate that this man lost his life because he was doing so much for the Black community. And with everything that's going on, I was going through, of course, the social media posts and then going through his music. And I found a song that was kind of in line with where I'm at in my life with the podcast and with a few of my other projects and just in general. So I'm going to go ahead and play this song. I'm going to play it a cappella because I don't want anything to be flagged, muted, or taken out. So
check me out. Look, I know perfect timing feels like I'm too late. And I know I'm still great in spite of my mistakes. You know it's authentic every rhyme I say. My only regret is I made niggas wait. See, ain't too many like us, we like vintage bait. And I don't fuck with busters, I can't integrate. Grew up with these killers in my living space. Lot of niggas folded through them village days. Citywide gang injunction, police raids. LA Times rolling 60s made the front page. I vowed to never let tradition seal my fate. Selling dope with hopes to graduate to real estate. I knew I was drumming to a different beat. Felt it in my stomach, I was just unique. We decided we gon' let these visions speak. Then we turn Slauson into Venice Beach. S600 Maybach platinum dealer plates. Wake up in this penthouse to the cityscape. You know it's authentic, every shit I say. I knew self-destruction ain't the only way. Sometimes perfect timing feel like I'm too late. But I know you still great in spite of your mistakes. Before you run your race, you gotta find the pace. Just make sure you cross the line and fuck the time it takes. I got out the county jail 2008. Couple months I dropped the tape, then I was on my way. My first single out and set the streets ablaze. On location, shot that video in front the cage. Trying to find my way through this fucking maze. Every concert, 100 niggas on the stage. We're still active, so it's really just another day. Promoters paranoid to book you, that affects your pay. And when you stop eating, that affects your weight. And when you get hungry, that affects your brain. See me, I'm not tripping, I respect the game. I hope y'all do. If I can't make it, I'm gonna take a chain. See, ain't too many like us, we like vintage bait. And I don't fuck with busters, I can't integrate. I know perfect timing feels like I'm too late. But every single time I drop, they tell me I'm the great.
So, definitely RIP to Nipsey. It's only right that I pay my respects to a person who means so much outside of rap, outside of being black. It's not right. You have so many people who rage against the machine or who speak out, and it's only our black lives that are being failed. Is that a correct word? Failed. It's only our black people who are fallen. So yeah. Again, rest in peace to Nipsey. And my condolences to his family. And then speaking on the topic of perfect timing, well, I guess it's not really perfect timing, but it was the anniversary of Selena death as well. She has been gone for 24 years. It's crazy. It's just a lot. It's just a lot going on right now. And one of the messages or one of the ideas that I am following is just looking within yourself, figuring out, where you're at, where your mind is at, where you are at in your life's path, and making peace and becoming organized and get everything together within self. That way we don't have to continue this path of craziness, whether it is crime within the black community, crimes against the black community, something has got to come together right now. Right now. That's really all I have for this first episode back. If you missed Talk Flirty Podcast, definitely let me know. Leave a comment. You can email Talk Flirty Podcast. The email address is talkflirtypodcast@gmail.com. Talk Flirty Podcast can be found on Facebook, IG, Twitter. Talk Flirty Podcast can be streamed right here on the Spreaker app, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify. So definitely check me out. Stay tuned, follow, subscribe, do whatever you like, but just don't leave me, because I might get sad and somebody might have to call. Someone please call 911. No, I'm just kidding. Don't call the police. Fuck the police. And on that note,